Greetings, respected audiences. First, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Francisca Joanna. I am an undergraduate business management student from Bandung Institute of Technology, and I am here today to present my research supervised by Mr. Reza Ashari Nasution, PhD, entitled Comparative Study of College Students Through Factors Influencing Selling Skills as Property Sales Agent, the case of PTHK Realtindo. Before I start, I would like to thank the organizers of the IMCBEE conference for the wonderful opportunity to share my research at this online conference. So without further ado, I will begin the presentation. These are the list of topics that will be covered in the presentation, which includes introduction, theoretical foundations, methodology, data analysis, and finally conclusion and recommendation. Let us begin with the research first chapter, the introduction. As stated in the title, this study is based on the case of PT Realtindo. PT Realtindo is a property-related subsidiary of PT Hutama Karya, founded in 2010. The company's business sectors include trade, property management, and property development. Aside from that, most of PT Realtindo's clients are state-owned enterprises or private companies, and the company's target market is the middle to low-income group. To sum up, the company's sales segment is largely based on property sales, and around 30% is from recurring income generated by building and renting hotels, offices, houses, and land. After interviewing the company's president director, the author determines the study's problem issue. The issue arises when the company recognizes that the current external business environment is in VUCA condition due to rapid technological advancement, globalization, and most importantly, the recent COVID-19 pandemic. These events reduce the net sales and recurring income because around 70% of the company's sales, which are usually made through direct interaction with clients, are no longer possible because of the government's public activity restrictions to prevent the further spread of the COVID-19 virus. Therefore, the company believes it is the right time to modify its conventional strategies supported with the help of technology, and the company proposed idea is to recruit community members as their sales agent, along with the development of an e-commerce mobile application to sell its goods and products online. However, the company mostly needs to reach broader prospects faster and find qualified sales agents, or this application will not be effective. College students are one of the most appealing candidates for the company. Several assumptions lead the company to believe college students may be more competent than their current independent agents. Since not all college students have the same level of selling skills, further investigation into their character is required for the company to further consider this strategy. Using the problem context, the author has identified two following research objectives. The first objective is to describe the character of college students in general in terms of each selling skill dimension. And the second objective is to determine the discriminant factors that differentiate the selling skills between college students. Next, the research limitation. To maximize the study's quality and depth, the author restricted the sampling to the Bandung area with a typical range of 300 to 500 samples to describe college students' character as a whole. The author also limits the influencing factors on college students' selling skill to only 6 non-technical aspects that will be self-reported by research target sample. To achieve the research objective, the scope of the research is to measure and compare samples of college students' selling skills as sales agents. Thus, the study can help the company to further consider recruiting college students as their sales agent. Now, I am going to discuss the second chapter of the research, which is theoretical foundation. The conceptual model that becomes the foundation of this research includes the thought self-leadership and selling skills model by Singh et al., which stated thought self-leadership relates positively with sales performance through three process variables, namely self-efficacy, selling skills, and adaptive selling behavior. And the other theory is the selling skill scale by Rance et al., which stated three sales skill dimensions that consist of interpersonal, salesmanship, and technical skill. This theoretical foundation will be adjusted and further explained with additional related previous studies to be used in this research. These are the results of the literature review on the study's variables, starting from the three character aspects that influence college students' selling skills. First, thought self-leadership is a subset of self-leadership strategy. It relates to a behavior-focused strategy aimed at increasing self-awareness and managing behaviors involving necessary but unpleasant tasks in order to promote positive and successful behaviors. Second, self efficacy is the belief or confidence in one's ability to perform specific tasks effectively. Thus, self efficacy beliefs become powerful determinants and predictors of eventual achievement. Third, interpersonal skills are defined as goal directed behavior used in face to face interactions. These are linked to the success or failure of tasks because they can influence the outcome of an interaction. This slide shows the study's literature review on salesmanship skills. First, adaptability is the ability to change one's sales style depending on the situation and the customer. So, a salesperson with a good adaptability can target different market segments and enter them easily. Second, questioning skills are the ability to ask probing questions to better understand customer situation and needs. The right questioning technique can help salespeople build rapport, meaningful communication, data collection, and customer trust. Third, presentation skill allow a salesperson to market their product to potential customers. This allows salespeople to directly collect information from customer and identify their wants, complaints, and expectation from the product. The literature review done is also followed by expert interviews with two company representatives, namely the sales manager and the head of human resources. This step confirms that the company's representative validated the author's literature review findings to be relevant to the company's required sales agent competencies. So the author decided to base the study backed up with expert interviews who validate the author's literature findings. Now I will discuss the research third chapter methodology. This slide gives an overview of the study's research method. First, the research approach. This research is a comparative study that uses a quantitative approach and a descriptive method through online survey data. Second, the research instrument used in this study is a questionnaire as the tool to assess college students' selling skills across the six dimensions. The respondents will rate the statement on 5-point Likert scale as the questionnaire contains scale items derived from each research variable's indicator. The number of indicators used to describe each variable is shown here. Then comes data analysis. The study used descriptive analysis using descriptive statistics through mean and standard deviation, also scale range theory to categorize the level of selling skills. On the right is the table of the scale ranges. Another step is to analyze the research items to ensure they are valid and reliable. The result shows that all items are valid and reliable. Finally, the author finds that all variable data are non-normal. So the Mann-Whitney U test is a non-parametric test suitable to compare differences between the two groups. The study population is non-graduated student in Bandung area taken as a sample using the purposive sampling method. The author gathered 431 college students from various universities and majors with varying levels of organizational involvement. This displays the proportion of each group that becomes the respondent of the study. Next, I will discuss the contents of the research for chapter data analysis. This slide displays the overall descriptive analysis of the data. Seen from the score in each of the dimension is above 3.41, it can be concluded that college students have a high to a very high level of selling skills. The thought self-leadership dimension is categorized as very high level, and the other selling skill dimension are on high level. This is the average mean value order from highest to lowest. Therefore, it can be said that thought self-leadership is the strongest dimension that college students have, while presentation skills is the weakest. This slide shows the descriptive analysis based on the three categorical groups used in the study, namely the type of university, category of majors, and organizational involvement. In short, the overall selling skill level of college students from each categorical group is similar with a high to a very high level of selling skills. However, college students who are poorly involved in organizational activities have a moderate to high level only, with a moderate level on their questioning skills and presentation skills, and a high level on the other selling skill dimensions. From the results, it is also shown that college students from private universities enrolled in social humanity majors and highly involved in organizational activities have a higher average mean in all six variables, which indicates that they have a better overall selling skills. This slide shows the results from the comparative analysis done using the Mann-Whitney U test. First, from the type of university, the study finds that there are significant differences in the thought self-leadership, self-efficacy, and presentation skills between college students from public and private universities. The dimension that is most significantly different is their thought self-leadership. Then from the category of majors, the study finds that there are significant differences in the thought self-leadership, self-efficacy, questioning skills, and presentation skills between college students from science, technology, and social humanities majors. The dimension that is most significantly different is self-efficacy. Finally, from the organizational involvement, the study finds that there are significant differences in the thought self-leadership, self-efficacy, interpersonal skills, questioning skills, and presentation skills between college students who are highly involved and poorly involved in organizational activities. The dimension that is most significantly different is presentation skills. So we have arrived at the final chapter of the research, conclusion, and recommendation. The conclusion of the research will address the two research questions as the objective of the research. To answer the first research question, how is the character of college students in general in terms of each selling skill dimension? So, the character of college students in general has a high to a very high level of selling skills. However, college students with low involvement in organizational activities show only a moderate to a high level in each selling skill dimension. The groups with the higher selling skill level based on the average mean values in the six variables are college students from private universities enrolled in social humanities majors and highly involved in organizational activities. To answer the second research question, what are the discriminant factors that differentiate the selling skills between college students? The study finds that type of university, category of majors, and organizational involvement of the college students acts as a discriminant factors that differentiate the selling skill between college students, with each factor differentiating to some extent of the selling skill dimensions. And that brings us to the end of the presentation. I'd like to thank you all for your time and attention in watching this presentation. Once again, thank you and have a good day.